All right, what's up, guys? We're back with another one here. Another Blazblue video. Sorry, no gameplay footage, no tournament coverage. It's a very sad video this time, but we have to talk about the Google Doc that is rocking the community right now. And thankfully, it's not about any, shitty behavior at an offline event, but it's about some scrubby behavior from the players. But yes. Anyway, what is that doc? I woke up, I saw this on Twitter. So Monarch, Ice School, myself, and multiple others came to a concrete decision to try and take action on this after thinking about it for years. So it's a Carl Clover ban petition. Final draft by Killicobes. This is Killicobes, by the way. That guy on the right getting perfected by Carl. I saw this. I said, hey, man, nice. We got some more Blazblue shit posting or some Blazblue trolling. This should be pretty good, right? So I opened up the doc, had a big smile on my face. Scrolling, I was like, man, they wrote a lot, For a troll post, this is quite a lot. I got halfway through. I was like, wait a second. This guy's serious? And then look at the end. Ready? We believe it is a major detriment to ever pick another character in BBCF if your goal is winning. For competitive integrity of the scene, we propose this tournament ban. We hope you take our thoughts into consideration on future event rule sets. And then 7 of these dudes signed off. My name is Monarch, and I sign off as someone pushing this ban. And they all linked their socials and everything. So I was like, they're serious. They're serious. So that smile on my face when I opened, by the end, I just felt my heart sunk. I felt disappointment. There was after school specials where like the coach, the teacher goes to the inner city and starts coaching like a basketball team or a football team to got to help out the troubled youth, and they're showing like promise, showing signs, and then one of them joins a gang or like starts doing drugs or something. Like that's how I felt. You were so close. You guys were so close. As you know, I've been following. These are the new school players. I've been following like the new school Blazblue community for years on this channel, right? We always watch, always hype them up. I'm like, it's great that these players are carrying on the legacy of Blazblue, right? They're not chasing money. They're not chasing popular games. They're playing what they like. They're playing what I think is a good game, what they think is a good game. It's really, really cool. There are some too. This guy Killicobes as well has been making fun of Strivers for years now about like, you guys couldn't cut it. You could never make it's a baby fighter. Strive's a baby fighter. Like Blazblue's a good, like hardcore game. One of the best players can play. And then you do the most baby move ever of calling for a ban. So the good news is the majority, the vast, vast, vast majority of the people I see reacting to this are kind of laughing at these people. They're like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? There are some weirdos. I saw this one. This is an example. I saw a couple of posts like this where like, actually, we shouldn't be dunking on them. This is a great opportunity for discourse and for discussion, right? What does he say? I see people trying to farm FTC upvotes and Reddit gold. Brother, you're the Reddit poster. You're the Reddit poster. This is not anything new. This is not worth discussion. If this document was titled, "This is why Carl Clover is the best character in the game," or like why we think Carl's number one, that's worth having a discourse. If that's what you want, discourse. That's what having a discussion about. Calling for character bans, this is not anything new. This is something that's been in the FTC since the dawn of time. And every time, rightfully slow, the FTC has just shot it down immediately with the scrub takes. Here, we just did this, 4 years ago? Remember they wanted Belial ban? Do you remember this? Again, this is, NA, new school fighting game players pushing for Belial ban. Thankfully, got laughed off the scene right there. But this is just, I will never support a character ban, right? I'll never support a character ban. If I ever was going to, it would have to be insanely just straight up ruining the game. Clear to everybody, incredibly obvious. This is not the case with Carl. So here's my YouTube channel. As I said, I've been covering basically every big tournament now for years. Not only in NA, but Japan, South America, we got Europe and stuff. So the last one, of course, probably led to this discussion was CEO. So won by Carl, right there. We got Carl in the thumbnail. Let's just start scrolling down and see. We got a Ragnar Jin. There's more Jin action right here. There's a Susanoo. There's V13. More Jin. There's a Valk. Ragnar. Kune was doing work. Mai's doing work. Hakum and Tager. We got Bang Lambda. Ragnar Hazama. What's going on? There's Carl. So here's Carl. After scrolling down all the way, there's a Carl. This is from 2017. This is not a recent video. This was a throwback video to 2017. But he keeps going. There's Tao Kakamai. There's Kokonoi. There's S. As you see, Carl is not destroying the scene. Now let's look at some more concrete results. So this is 2017, right? This is that video I talked about earlier with Yusei, who is one of the best Blazblue players of all time. Not because of Carl. This dude grinding in arcades, going around the world, just the amount of work he put in, you cannot take that away from him. But here you go. He won EVO. The rest of top 8, not a single Carl. EVO 2017. Okay. EVO 2018, not a single Carl in here. EVO 2019, not a single Carl in here. Arc Revo, not a single Carl in here as well. Now, I'm not saying Carl's not godlike. If you want to say he's the best character in the game, I think that could be a conversation you could have. But banning him out of theory crafting by 7 NA players in a Discord is a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. It's really, really, really bad. It's a bad look. And that's why I'm so disappointed, right? That's why I'm so disappointed, because these dudes on the list, I'm going to read your names out now. Monarch, what happened? You were the chosen one. Monarch, Killer Cobes, Ice Cool, Fazama, Stevo, DGF, Worry, Coolio. So all these people on the list, they just went from like, you know, promising new school Blazblue players to just like what do you even call it? Just a scrub? Scrub, you're the scrubs, you're the joke, the NA players that are crying for a Carl ban, man. It sucks. It's not too late. You could apologize. You could still do it. But the other reason why this hurts so bad is, you know, we talk about like the new school, but all of us that we were around, this game's 10 years old, by the way. We've been around through Carl Clap loops. I've been around through Takaka taunt loops and, you know, Lychee Bang shenanigans. I've been around through OG Valk, OG Makoto, Noel going crazy. I played Kokonoi. Can't beat her joint. I played a 1.0, 1.1, Valk and everything. We had Vanilla Izanami, Vanilla 9. Carl, of course, was busted the whole time, but just all the BS the community has gone through together. We've gone through together. We've beaten it together, right? It's just all the good memories. Just for it to end up with some babies. You're acting like babies. Some babies just cry for a ban on Twitter. It's such a sad end. It's such a sad end to Blazblue's legacy. But yeah, that's it. So to comments like this, the doc, there's no point of talking about this. There's no point of discussing what is happening in this doc, right? It's all, you could put anything here. I am not going to read it, right? If you want to talk about banning a character, you have to start with the results. You have to start with the results. It's not theory crafting. Potentially, if we don't ban him now, potentially he could ruin the game. Especially because, like I said, this game's 10 years old. There's like 200 players online. 100-person tournament right now is like, that's a huge major for us. And there's not, even now, Carl's not doing work. You have this guy, 13 Blades. He's won, you know, we talked about it earlier. He just came back, he won 1. Evo's coming up. Maybe he wins Evo, maybe not. We'll see. But this is the whole point of the competitive scene. You have to let this stuff rock. You got to go with. So yes, like, that's it. There's nothing really to say, right? I do not care what you wrote in this document. You could have written 100 pages. I do not care. You could have put every example possible. I do not care. The ban discussion is, the answer is no, just straight up. It's not even worth having a discussion. That's the whole point. The other thing too, if you don't play Blazblue, if you don't know, Carl's a very difficult character. This is not a pick up and play like everybody's hopping on the Carl train. If he is that easy, if he is that strong, pick him up and prove it yourself. But if in 5 years, I'm watching a Blazblue tournament and there are 8 Carls, top 8 is 8 Carls, nobody can beat Carl, everyone's switch, everyone's joining, maybe then you can start having a discussion. And I would still be against it. But right now, this is a joke. It sucks. It sucks, and I'm sad that I had to make this video. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm disappointed, right? These names are now eternally marked. These names are now eternally marked in my head as the Discord warriors crying for Carl ban. Also, I guess the other good thing about this too is I have a new favorite player. Was it 13 Blades? Is that it? The Carl player that won CEO? I'm cheering for him to win every single tournament from now on. Unless Fenrir chose, though. I need Fenrir to cook, but I'm cheering for him to win everything from now on. You know? I covered Monarch winning for like 2 or 3 years straight. Monarch was like undefeated. Never once were we like, we got to ban Monarch, we got to ban S. It's always like, nice. I can't wait to see people come up and beat him. I can't wait to see like people challenge him and stuff like that. That's that competitive energy you're supposed to have. Not, I can't do it, I don't like it, ban him. All right, that's it. I got it on my system. Very, very, very sad stuff. But shout out to all the new school players and the Zoomers though that were like, yeah, this is pretty. I think you guys are being stupid right now. Good community call out. But let me know what you think. And if we ban Carl, who's next? Who do you guys want to see banned as well? You know, if they want to ban Carl and I could get Arcunian banned, we could do it. We could just start trading. You know, if anyone you don't like, any character you don't like, just put out a Google Doc and you should be good. But that's enough for this one. I hope the kids regret their decision, and I hope Carl wins every NA major that French is not at for the next 3 years. But anyway, hit that sub button. I'll see you next one. Peace.